I am Mrs. Axeli Jovita, Assistant Professor, KCS Kasinada College, Chennai. In this video, I am going to discuss about flow graph and path testing, which comes under software testing techniques. We are going to discuss the following topics: software testing types, path testing, and flow graph. What is software testing? An activity to ensure that the software system is defect free and also helps to identify errors and the missing requirements. In simple terms, we can say that verification of application under test is a software testing. There are some type of software testing techniques, that path testing, transaction flow testing, data flow testing, domain testing, syntax testing, logic based testing, and state and transition testing. Here we are going to discuss only about the path testing. What is path testing? Path testing is a structured testing method that involves using the source code of the program in order to find every possible executable path. It helps to determine all faults lying with a piece of code. This method is designed to execute all or selected path through a computer program. Steps for basis path testing. Here, there are 4 steps to do the path testing. The first one is draw a control flow graph. Second, calculate cyclomatic complexity. Third one, find a basis set of paths. Fourth one, generate the test cases to execute each path. The first step, control flow graph. What is control flow graph? In computer science, a control flow graph is a representation using graphical notation of the path that might be traversed through a program during the execution. Here, the control flow graph consists nodes and the edges. The circle denotes the nodes and the lines between that circle is called edges. So here is some of the piece of code and the corresponding control flow graph aside. Elements in control flow graph, that is process block, decision block, case statements, junction. What is process block? Process block is a sequence of uninterrupted program statements, and the decision is a point at which the control flow can diverge. Case statement is a multi-way branch or decisions, and the junction is where the control flow can merge. Second step in path testing is calculate cyclomatic complexity. What is cyclomatic complexity? It is a source code complexity measurement that is being correlated to a number of coding errors, and it is calculated by the formula E minus n plus 2 into P, where E is equal to number of edges in a flow graph and n is equal to number of nodes in the flow graph. P is equal to number of nodes that have exit points. In our piece of code and the corresponding control flow graph, we have totally 8 edges and 7 nodes, and P value is 1. So totally we have 3 complexity. Third step in path testing is finding a basic set of paths. So how to find the basic set of paths? So make a set of all the paths according to the control flow graph and calculate the cyclomatic complexity. Here there are 3 paths or conditions that need to be tested to get the output in our example. Path 1, path 2, path 3. Path 1 consists 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 nodes. Path 2, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. And path 3, 1, 6, 7. So we get 3 paths according to our source code. The main point is the cardinality of set is equal to the calculated cyclometric complexity. In our example, cyclometric complexity value is 3 and the path we find is also 3. Both are equal in numbers. Final step is generate test cases to exercise each path. What is test case? A test case is a set of action executed to verify a particular feature or functionality of our software application. Here we have to write test cases for the following path test. Path 1, path 2, path 3, which we find. Advantages of path testing. It helps to reduce the redundant test and it focuses on attention on program logic. Also help to facilitate analytical versus arbitrary case design. Test cases which exercise basis test will execute every statement in a program at least once. Conclusion. Basic path testing helps to determine all faults lying with a piece of code, so it is most applicable to new software for unit testing. Thank you.